What's up, it's you for today's video with a full Final Fire Evolutions team from Generation 1 to Generation 9. These Pokemon haven't all been in the same game for a very long time, so I thought this would be a great video to redo. We got Charizard, Typhlosion, Blaziken, Infernape, Emboar, Delphox, Incineroar, Cinderace, Skeledirge, and Typhlosion Hisuian. I'm going to be using all these Pokemon in today's video. We got 5 battles, and I really hope you enjoy. I put a ton of work in to get you some quality content today, and let's get started. So first battle here, this one is against Chris, and we've got a Colmilago. I'm not sure what that means, but it probably means Great Tusk or Great something else. So I've got my Typhlosion as a lead Pokemon here. It is an Endeavor, Quick Attack, Protect, Flare Blitz, Blaze, PIMPNITE Special. So we got Max Attack and Max Speed EVs and Jolly Nature. People, if you enjoyed the videos, make sure you hit that like button. Drop me a comment below and tell me what your favorite final starter evolution is. I want to hear which one is the most popular. Be really, really interesting. I want to say my prediction would be either Charizard or Blaziken. I want to see, but leave it below. Tell me what you think. Anyway, so unfortunately, for some reason, Great Tusk didn't go for Earthquake on the second turn because I tried to put it on my Sash by deliberately failing to Protect. It used Knockoff, so that was a bit of a disappointment there. So we're going to bring in a Gen 3 Pokemon, Blaziken. Now, this is a PIMPNITE Special. It's my favorite Blaziken set to run. It's a special one. So we got Focus Miss, OV, Terra Blast, Grass, and Focus Energy. With the opponent actually swapping out there, interesting enough, and going into Gastrodon. Now, normally Gastrodon would be a solid pick versus Blaziken, but it is not a solid pick against this one. This is Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, Max Speed. Speed Boost as the ability, and Terra Grass. What we're going to do is we're going to go for Focus Energy, get the crit ratio up by 2, and then I'm going to be holding a Scope Lens to make it 100% crit ratio. So every single hit I do is going to be a critical hit. And with moves like Overheat, dropping or Special Attack, they actually don't matter because you can keep hitting for the same power over and over again. So that's going to be the end of the Gastrodon. It's going to be turned to like a slime. Wait, there's already a slime. And that's one Pokemon down, which is good. We're going to get another speed boost there. The reason I did Modest is because we can't boost our special attack anymore, but we can boost our speed. So here comes Torkoal. Most Torkoal would actually be fine versus a Blaziken, but not a PIMPNITE Special. Focus Miss is going to land and drop it in one shot, since it had Drought as the ability, no shell armor. So that's a very, very good start to the battle. In comes Ondulagua. I'm not sure what that is, but I know it's a walking meme. So the sun's out, guns out. I'm going to go for a Focus Miss here. It's connected, and this is going to do a lot of damage. That is the end of that. We're getting a special Blaziken sweep here. You should try it out, people. Yeah, I know it's not the most reliable set, but boy, when it works, it works. Next Pokemon's going to be Venusaur. I know they've got Chlorophyll, but I can outpace them with all my speed boosts, and I'm thinking they're probably going to go probably Terra Fire, and they did with the Sun, and use Weather Ball on me. So that didn't really take me by surprise too much. I didn't want to I didn't want to risk going for Focus Miss and them not going for Terra, so I decided to go for Overheat. Look at the damage that it did there. It almost took out a Terrifier Venusaur. The Sun actually really helped too, thanks Torkoal. And now it's going to go for the Weather Ball. So we're very, very close there to getting a special Blaziken sweep. If they didn't have that Venusaur, that was it. You know, that was a Blaziken sweep, easy peasy. So a quality start to the battle. This Venusaur has got the Lefto, so it can currently outspeed all of my Pokemon. Well, maybe not some with some priority moves. We've got Infernape now. Infernape is my very, very favorite it's my favorite starter of all time. So what's your favorite starter? Like, let me know out of all the fire ones. What I'm going to do for y'all, I'm going to do the fire, water, grass, you know, every single one of them, right? We're going to do every single one of the, like, probably, I want to say over the month, right? So in comes the Typhlosion Hisuian. It's going to go for an Eruption. Obviously, it's a Choice Scarf set, and I'm going to be able to finish that one off rather nicely, probably with my next Pokemon, because I just thought I'd sack off the Infernape because I couldn't do a lot to it. That was like a cool Focus Punch, Bright Powder, Thunder Punch set. More on that set a little bit later. So we got Charizard here. We got a physical set. We got a Dragon Rush Temper set, which is actually pretty cool, because if if you miss Dragon Rush, you can get that double base power. However, my opponent is going to swap out, so I'm going to go for Earthquake here. I don't think they expected Earthquake, but there wasn't a lot they could do with like a Choice Scarf Eruption to a Charizard, and they already lost like a little bit of health too, right? So that's going to be the end of the Venusaur. That was their most expendable Pokemon, you know, at that point in the game. Next Pokemon is going to be Great Tusk. Now, I know that I can't take this out here, especially with its defense rise due to its ability, so I'm going to save that for a little bit later. We're going to slip into Delphox now. This is my special set. It's a pretty interesting. So we got knockoff here from the Great Tusk, knocking off my terrain extender, but I do manage to live. And now what I'm going to do is just go for the Expanding Force, because this is like a Psychic Terrain Expanding Force set, max special attack and max speed. The other moves, I got a Flamethrower and Dazzling Gleam, which gives it, you know, pretty good coverage. So today's sets are probably a little bit better than normal, but there's still some good memes in there. That's going to definitely be the end of Great Tusk for sure. So we've got Typhlosion, Hisuian left, and I'm going to get a Magician leftovers, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I've only got a little bit of health here. So we know that Typhlosion already is a Choice Scarf already, and I'd say it's just going to go for some sort of Ghost move, whether it be, Shadow Ball or, you know, or Infernal Parade, one of the two. And that is going to be enough to take out the Delphox. So I've got Charizard left and one other. We're going to go into Gen 5, hopefully staying alive. This one is Emboar. So what I did is I mixed all the teams in together. So, you know, we did like 2 versions of the team. So you get to sell all like the final evolutions throughout the video. So here comes the Shadow Ball. I've got a Salt Vest. I ate that like a snack. We're going to fire some boiling water out of our palm, and that is going to be the end of the Typhlosion, and that's also the end of the battle too. So thank you, Chris, for the battle, whoever you were. Maybe if you watch this video, you'll leave a comment. And yeah, let's get on to battle number 2. This is another random battle on the Poké Portal. Not really sure of my opponent's name, but we got a naughty Hackmon as the start here. I guess at least it's not shiny, right? So first Pokemon's going to be Charizard, and we got the PIMPNITE specially. I was thinking maybe I could go for Terra Dragon, because we got max attack and max speed EVs, and I've got Jolly Nature. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. I think it's probably going to have its priority move as well. So I thought, let's go for Terra Dragon, and then I'll hit it for Dragon Rush, and, you know, maybe try from there. So we got Terra Dragon, Charizard. I mean, Charizard, let's face it, Charizard does definitely look like a dragon, and my move actually misses. They're going to go for Rising Voltage. Something else is rising. Unfortunately, for me, I didn't land that first one. I thought this would be a good amount of damage. Possibly not take it out, but definitely be a 2-hit KO. Unfortunately, it's going to get a lucky miss there on the first one, and that's going to take out my Charizard. I should have won that one, but Dragon Rush is quite a shaky move to use. However, I've got another plan here, and I'm going to execute it. We've got the Delphox, so I thought maybe I can get around this with my Psychic Terrain. So use Thunderclap. I knew that it had it. It's a good move on it, so I went for Psychic Terrain. Now, the opposing Pokemon will not be able to use that move because it's blocking priority moves. I'm going to simply finish off with the Dazzling Gleam. So there, as you can see, I avoided taking any damage at all, rather than me just go for Dazzling Gleam and taking the Thunderclap damage. Next Pokemon is going to be Sylveon. We're going to go for Expanding Force here. Excellent damage here. That is a very, very bulky Sylveon for sure. And here comes a Shadow Ball. I should be able to take this pretty well, and I did. So that's like a 2-hit KO. Well, it was a 2-hit KO, and that's going to be the end of the Sylveon. So things are going pretty good so far. Unnecessary crit too. So with that Expanding Force, we get that nice juicy power boost. Next Pokemon's going to be Scarlet. They can't go for Shadow Sneak because of the Psychic Terrain, and that drops them in one shot. Like, you can't take any chances with a Pokemon that's not overly bulky with Expanding Force and Psychic Terrain. It's very, very strong. So here comes another walking meme here. They're going to go for a little teeny Terra, and I'm thinking maybe water or something, and yes, it's water. So all right, fair enough. I mean, I know that I can outspeed this thing, and I can go for Expanding Force, unless they've got like a choice item or something weird like that. So here comes Expanding Force, and there goes the Delphox, but very, very good damage there. That's like put it in a great range, possibly for my Inferno. So that's going to be Hydro Stream. That's the end of Delphox. I guess the hardest bit about this team was them all having the same weaknesses over and over. And, some battles the opponent had to pretty much just use a super effective move and outspeed my whole team, and they won. So I had a lot of battles like that too. So we did a double swap there into Inferno because I couldn't use Mach Punch because of my own Psychic Terrain, and I actually got a lucky miss there on Hydro Pump. Now the opponent's going to go for a Hurricane. Unfortunately for them, I've got a Salt Vest, and we're going to take them out with a little weed. So that's the end of the 4th Pokemon. We've got 2 left. Now, this is where things got very interesting. So, I did my Emboar Roar, and the next Pokemon is going to be Miraidon. So, the terrain is going to be changed into electric this time, and I'm expecting like Electro Drift or something like that. It uses Draco Meteor. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. Either move is, definitely going to take Emboar out. That Emboar was a max health, max special attack, modest nature with a Salt Vest as the item. Next Pokemon is Typhlosion. You know this set is the Focus Sash set with Endeavor, and it uses Confuse Ray. I'm like, what is going on? So Confuse Ray Miraidon, only I'll put my channel here. This is where you see these memes. So Typhlosion is very confused, as confused as me right now. I went for Endeavor, but now it's like, well, I've got to be able to get the next attack off. So they're going to go for a Thunderbolt instead of Electro Drift, and they got a crit too. So I'm like, all right, fair enough. It will do the same result. I'm just going to make sure I get this Endeavor off, and then I got paralyzed. I'm like, oh, come on now. Come on. So I'm confused and paralyzed at the same time. I'm crossing my fingers and my shoelaces, and I hit myself a concussion. That was absolute BS. Like, come on. So that's the end of my Typhlosion. They lucked out so hard there. Next Pokemon is going to be Blaziken. You know this Blaziken is capable of people. It is a beast. So now they're going to do for the little Confuse Ray again. Man, I'm going to try this. Like, I've seen Miracote Miraidon, and now I've seen Confuse Ray Miraidon. I'm going to make a Confuse Ray Miraidon. The next time I use this thing, it's getting made. Now, this Blaziken gets a Focus Energy up, which is really, really cool. So now I'm going to get 100% crit, and I can outspeed this thing too, which is great. So I've got that speed boost. So I'm going to go for the Focus Miss here on the Miraidon, because Overheat's not going to work. But then I hit myself for Confusion. It almost looked like I punched myself. Here comes a Thunderbolt from Miraidon, and that is enough to almost take me out. The electricity has disappeared from the field, and I get another speed. But it's okay. I've got another chance here. I can go for it. I snap out of Confusion. I go for Focus Miss, and it misses. So that's the end of Miraidon, right? You thought so, but you thought wrong, because now it's going to go for Draco Meteor. God damn. This is not happening, right? I could have gone for Terra Blast, but it wouldn't have taken out. Overheat probably would, it wouldn't have taken it out either. So that's the way it is, right? Get some bad luck right now. So we're going to go into the Mighty Infernape, the greatest starter, fire starter, and we're going to go for the sub to get the dub. See, I knew they were going to use Confuse Ray. So I went for I tightened my fist, and I'm going to go for a massive punch. Are you ready for this? I'm going to punch into the micro. It had thunder as well. Ready? Watch this punch. You ready for this? I'm going to go for the Focus Punch now. This is Miraidon's face. Ready? Here we go. Oh, damn. It almost took it out. So I'm going to go for Mach Punch, and we got a swap here. Obviously, they want to retain them stats, So in comes Incineroar. I can't see anything there. I don't know. Why can I only see the wall? There's no Pokemon. So what I can do is go for a double Mach Punch, and that's going to dispose of Incineroar pretty easily. So that's really, really good. That wasn't too much of a problem there. Incineroar was, it's pretty weak against Infernape. Last Pokemon is the Miraidon. We know this monster already. It can't use Confuse Ray. There's nothing they can do. I can tighten my focus and finish them with Focus Punch, and that's going to be the dub. They went for a salty Confuse Ray there, and that's it, people. I hope you enjoyed this. What's this, the second battle? This is a wild battle. They got some insane luck, and Confuse Ray Miraidon. Look, I better get a comment in the comment section about Confuse Ray Miraidon and like on the video for that one. That was insane. All right, people. Thank you to whoever that was. I'm going to use Confuse Ray Miraidon in the future. Mark my words. All right, we got a third battle here. This one is against Danny, and we're on the little wooden gym here. So first Pokemon is going to be Hydrapple, and we've got a Typhlosion. I just called it Gen 9.1. I didn't really know what to call it, right? Because this is the thing, right, when you think about it. Oh, I'll tell you what my set is first. It's an Eject Button Blast Burn set. I almost took Hydrapple out. Pretty impressive with choice specs. So what I'm going to do here is hopefully get a massive attack off and then get hit by an attack. This is really funny because they went for Yawn and then they attacked me, which is a good move, very good move. However, Eject Button as my item actually countered the Yawn and it ejected me out of there. So I got off virtually scot-free there with no damage, which is great, which is what the strategy of the set is all about. Bit of a fun, memey set. So we're going to go to Skeleturge here. We've got Sing, Torch Song, Alluring Voice. My voice is very alluring. Is that a good thing? Anyway, and we've got Slack Off as well. Max Health, Max Special Attack, and Throat Spray as the item. We got a Quick Claw Hydrapple. It's going to go for Yawn again. They really, really want to put me to sleep. But back to what I was saying before, when I wrecked this thing, that Typhlosion Hisuian, I don't know, because it was in Legends Arceus, which I guess was the main series game, and we couldn't really use it in an actual proper Pokemon battle to Scarlet and Violet. So that's why I called it Gen 9 instead of Gen 8. You could probably call it either one if you wanted to. That was my choice of that nickname. I thought Gen 9 Pokemon was pretty funny. So we got the Iron Valiant as a special set going for a Shadow Ball here. I don't know, like to me that was a pretty risky play because I already had a +1 and that thing's special defense is virtually like 2. So that's going to be the end of Iron Valiant. And now Skeleturge is going to take a well-deserved sleep. This is going to give him actual opportunity to go for the Rain Dance. So I guess that's why they did that. So this is actually a very, very big problem. We've got this Swift Swim Kingdra, and it's also got Hydro Bump too. Now, Hydro Bump is a very, very powerful move, even in the rain. It's even more powerful, but it is a little bit shaky in accuracy. But man, like if these connect, I'm in a lot of trouble. So we're going to go with the Charizard now. I'm hoping I can get a Dragon Rush. Hydro misses, and I went for Dragon Rush, and it connected. I knew it wouldn't take it out because, of course, it's a physical Charizard, right? You can't expect too much. Hydro Bump misses, and then I went for Dragon Rush, and then it missed, so we got a double miss. I'm like, okay, that was pretty unlucky there, and for the opponent. So they're going to get a Hydro Pump and take out my Charizard. So I'm pretty happy with that. I managed to get a Dragon Rush off there. I was pretty close actually to go for Terra Dragon when I think about it, but I didn't want to use my Terra so early. I thought I might need it in the future. So I'm going to bring in Typhlosion. It's going to get wrecked. That was a max speed, max special attack set. The other moves I just loaded up with like really powerful moves like Hyper Beam and stuff like that. Next Pokemon is Delphox. Now Delphox I've got Terra Flying on, if you didn't notice, for ground type moves, because this team was all fire type, so I thought it was quite appropriate and quite useful. They're going to swap their Kingdra out annoyingly when I went for Terra Flying, because I'm like, oh, I wish I went for Terra Dragon on Charizard now. So Ninetales is actually going to have a pretty good advantage here because it's going to be able to go for a super effective ice move on a fire type Pokemon. So I thought, well, I guess I can go for Dazzling Gleam and then follow it up with the Flamethrower. So hopefully I can outspeed, and I did. So Ninetales actually didn't get to use the ice move there. Obviously the critical hit didn't matter. I know that was definitely going to use like Veil, so I'm very, very glad that didn't get set up. Next Pokemon is Titan. This thing is going to be very, very quick in the snow with his ability, and it's probably the first time you see the Delphox taken out with full health by an Ice Spinner, but only on PIMPNITE channel, people. So we've got 2 more Pokemon left, and we've got 3 more to deal with. I got to get back into this game. So we're going to go into Incineroar. This is my bulky PIMPNITE bulk up set. It has got a bulk up, I know that surprises you, Drain Punch, Leech Life, and Flame Charge. Max health, max special defense, and Intimidate as the ability, and Big Root as the item. Sometimes you just have to have a big root, right? So we're going to do a swap there. We're going to go into Cinderace, because I knew they wouldn't like that physical swap. This one is a Temper Flare set. Now, a fun little fact for you, right? Now, Gunk Shot, if you miss it, you get a double base power on Temper Flare, because it's like Stomping Tantrum. If you go for High Jump Kick and miss right, Temper Flare won't activate because you actually still hit a target yourself. That's absolutely messed up. So that's why it doesn't work with High Jump Kick. So anyway, that's the end of Archuleta, who got sent to the moon. Last Pokemon is going to be Titan. So Titan obviously is going to be a threat here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop his attack with Incineroar. I know they're going to go for Terra here because they haven't already. This is going to be my best bet. So Incineroar hopefully can somehow tank these moves. Maybe I can get an attack off there with like Drain Punch. That'll be handy. And here we go. We got a Terra Water Titan. This is a massive, massive counter to my team. And it's going to outspeed me too due to the snow. So here it comes. A Bulldozer first turn, which is interesting. That's going to drop my speed. So Incineroar's going to be able to take that one okay. It's got Life Orb as well. This thing is going to be hitting super hard. So I've got Bulk Up, Leech Life, Drain Punch, and Flame Charge. I was like, I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch here to try and get some damage and some health back. I lived that Liquidation Terror, which is absolutely awesome. Even a Life Orb one, only a -1. Like, that was really, really good. Like, Incineroar is such a great, like, bulky support, like, Pokemon. It's so, so good and learns so many great moves too. So that's going to be good because the snow has now stopped, and it's going to finish you off with the Liquidation, but now I've got the speed advantage with this Cinderace. So a quality performance there by Incineroar. Last Pokemon is going to be Incineroar. This is probably the best Pokemon on my team. I just wanted to make Temper Flare work, to be honest. I went for a gunk shot here, hoping I could miss. I turned into a poison type, and I kicked that Titan route out of the battle. And that's it, people. That is the third battle. We've still got 2 more to go. If you're enjoying the video so far, if you're enjoying these battles, entertainment, make sure you hit a like button there. And we've got battle number 4. I'm not sure of my opponent's name here. Maybe someone can translate. Oh, they did like a little, I don't know, crazy little somersault throw. So we've got the first Pokemon being a Greninja, another great counter to my team. So I thought, we might be able to go for the old PIMPNITE special Fear Typhlosion strategy. So they're going to go Hydro Pump turn 1. Man, they're not mucking around at all. So I'm going to block that one, which is good. I've got Endeavor here, and I went first. I'm like, oh, okay, that sucks. I was hoping to go second. Now they're going to get their Hydro Pump here, and that's going to put me on 1 health. I don't know whether I've got any priority, like, I don't know, Water Shuriken or something like that. I was like, well, I'll just go for Endeavor, and it worked. The funny thing is, they probably thought that they'd be able to live another turn, so they went for Spikes, because I've only shown Endeavor, but I've actually got Quick Attack as well, and that's going to be it of the Greninjas. They got overconfident there big time, thinking they could live that and set up Spikes. Next Pokemon, oh, it's a Cinderace. Cinderace has got Quick Attack. Oh, I went for Endeavor there, so that's going to be the end of my Typhlosion. So I was like, all right. This is fine, right? We're going to go to Gen 4 now. Now, Gen 4 obviously is the GOAT Inferno. Now, this has got Thunder Punch, and I thought, you know what I can do? I've got Bright Powder as the item, if I didn't mention that. And I'm hoping maybe if they go for High Jump Kick, it'll miss. And then I could go, for the Focus Punch strategy again. I can punch into the microphone for you, because I know you all loved hearing that. Anyway, so they're going to land the first one. So I went for, another sub. Sometimes you go for the sub to get the dub. So go for sub again. Cinderace goes for a High Jump Kick number 2 there. That's going to land, which sucks. I'm hoping 1 misses, because it would actually be good, because it would do recall damage, and you'd also give me a sub, right, so I can go for Focus Punch. So they're going to go for a High Jump Kick for the 3rd time. That lands. I'm like, oh, the one's going to miss eventually, right? Oh, I really, really couldn't go for it. I was like, I guess I have to go for Mach Punch, because I know they're going to go for Quick Attack, right, to try and feint me. So I went for that. They went for it again. I was like, what? They hit 4 in a row. So I got 4 High Jump Kicks in a row and had a Bright Powder too. I think that's kind of unlucky. I'm not saying it's impossible, but that's pretty unlucky. All right, we're going to go with the Delphox now. A little bit of Spikes damage. They're going to go for Quick Attack. Did a pretty good amount of damage there. Now I'm going to go for Psychic Terrain. I did that to try and, I thought that Cinderace may go for a different move and then try and finish you off with Quick Attack, right? So if it didn't finish it. So Quick Attack gets blocked by the terrain, and I'm going to go for Expanding Force. So that's the end of Cinderace. Judging on what happened before with my Typhlosion, I would have outsped that, because this Delphox is faster than my Typhlosion. Next Pokemon is Dialga Origin. I don't think there's a lot of difference in damage between Flamethrower and Expanding Force double base extra boost there. So it would have been very, very close. So regardless, I was never taking it out, right? We're going to go to Gen 5. I've got Focus Missile on this import. I need to land it now or I'm done. A little bit of Spikes damage. Here comes the Earth Power. I've got that Assault Vest. I live it really, really well, considering. Here it comes. Focus Miss right out of its stomach, right into its stomach. And that is the end of Dialga Origin. I bet they didn't expect that one at all. Next Pokemon is going to be... Oh, we've got Necrozma Dawn Wings. It's going to go for a... Oh, my goodness. This is a very, very threatening Pokemon. So it's going to go for Photon Geyser. That's the end of Emboar. I've got 2 Pokemon. Things are looking nasty as. So I've only got 1 hope here. We got Charizard, right? It's not the... By the way, it's not... I should have used the shiny, right? I should have used the shiny orange Charizard. Why didn't I use the shiny for? Come on. So we got a Sword Dance on this. Holy smokes. They really go for it. So I went for a Dragon Rush. And you wouldn't read about it. I got a flinch. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for Terra Dragon and finish this off. Because this Pokemon, its ability, first you got to break that ability if you want to do any damage whatsoever. Unless you've got like a 4-time super, like a ghost or something like that. So we've got Terra Dragon Charizard here. We're going to go for Dragon Rush. Thankfully, it didn't miss. I was very happy about that. So the battle is going to continue. So bye-bye Dawn Wings. Like, that was rough. Dialga Origin and then Necrozma Dawn Wings. There's some bulky Pokemon when you're running memes, right? Next Pokemon is going to be Mewtwo. I was like, oh, no. I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance here. I need to. Here comes an Ice Beam, and I lived it. Charizard's special bulk actually probably saved it there. So we're going to go for a Dragon Dance here. I definitely got... I'd say I would have got minimum damage too, for sure. So I got a Dragon Dance up. I'm going to go for the Dragon Rush now. I've got +1 in attack. And I've also got, I've got the Terra Dragon. It actually didn't take it out, but I got a flinch and took it out with Temper Flare afterwards. Terra Flare. That's actually a good move too. So that's the end of Mewtwo. Last Pokemon is going to be Como. So like, okay, I can go for Dragon Rush. This is good. Now they haven't Terra'd here. I'm thinking, are they going to go for, what, Terra Fighting, Terra Steel, Terra Fairy? They went for Terra Steel, mate. Oh, damn it. So I went for Dragon Rush. I wasn't to know. It could have been, like, multiple ones. So I just went for Dragon Rush. They've got Vacuum Wave. So they vacuumed up a Charizard. I don't know how that will work. You need, really, wait, if you suck the Charizard up and then you press the power on your vacuum, it will blow fire. Next Pokemon is Blaziken. I went for an Overheat here. I was like, this should be GG. It didn't take it out. I was like, what? How did that live? That must have been like max health and max special defense. Like no cap at all. I still don't know how that lived. Like someone's got to run a damage calc on that. Like how did that live? So Como is going to be able to live that one. It's got Vacuum Wave. Things looking nasty. Here comes another Vacuum Wave, and that's not going to fade me. I went for another Overheat here, and Overheat does not kill it. That was the bulkiest one ever. I guess, I don't know, like, that was it, I could have got a focus energy up there, but I didn't think I'd be able to live all those turns. I actually thought I'd take it out in the first one. Anyway, GG's to my opponent. Maybe they'll like Assault Vest or something like that. We're going to go on to battle number 5. This one is against Jaden. So the first Pokemon is going to be Swampert. I seen in the team preview what it was going to be. Like, I knew all their Pokemon, so I was like, I'll go for an Emboar lead and go for Grass Knot. Absolutely played like a fiddle. So that was a very, very good start to the battle there. Because, like, they were just going to go for Stealth Rocks and get, like, a wild advantage over my team. Next Pokemon's going to be Arachnid here. I've got to swap out because this thing's going to destroy me with Liquidation. And I'm sure it's got Water Bubble too. An extremely good ability. Typhlosion thought it would be a good swapping because A, I can lift the hit with Sash. And then B, I can go for the Endeavor strategy too. So that'll be very, very good. Now, it was very nice. They actually decided to go for a Terra on this turn. It's like, oh, this is good because that's going to be their Terra used up. Even if they take my Typhlosion out, which I obviously expected already, I can bring pretty much any Pokemon in afterwards and just clean it up because it's not a fast Pokemon at all. So we got that Endeavor on the Arachnid, which is great. Here comes the Liquidation, and that's obviously going to be the end of the Typhlosion. It had 1 health anyway. It was a critical hit though. Typhlosion's entire family tree is extinct after that one. Next Pokemon is going to be Infernape. Now, this was incredible. Like, watch this Infernape, right? This was absolutely like straight fire. So that's the end of Arachnid. Next Pokemon's going to be little Miraidon, little Timmy Miraidon. So the Electric Train's up. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got to make something happen here. So we're going to go for Terra Electric. That was what my Infernape was. So I thought, okay, I take the Electro Drift, I go for the Sup, and then I'll go for Focus Punch, follow it up with a Mach Punch, and hopefully this will be enough to take out the Miraidon, because obviously Miraidon's a very, very scary Pokemon. So I got for the Sup, I outsped it. Like, oh, okay, I guess it's modest then. So I've got the Sup up, and they've gone for Electro Drift, and Electro Drift misses due to my Bright Powder. So I'm like, oh, this is great. So I'm cooking up a Focus Punch here. It's coming. It's coming. Dragon Pulse is missed too. Here it comes, people. I got 2 misses in a row with the Bright Powder. This Focus Punch is going to come in hard. Ready? Oh, and that is going to be a huge amount of damage on Miraidon. So what I can do now is go for a Mach Punch, finish off a little Mary Miraidon, and that is going to be nice and juicy. I've got a crit there. I don't think that actually mattered. So that's half the team down. Man, 2 misses in a row of Bright Powder is very, very good. Next Pokemon is going to be Indigo. This is actually good for them because they're going to get rid of my electric terrain. So I've got the Sub up for protection. I may as well go for Focus Punch. This should do an enormous amount of damage, right? Indeedy's going to go for a Psychic, and that's going to break my Sub, obviously. Like, Psychic is going to absolutely destroy me. I guess I'm Terra Electric, so I should be able to live like 1, depending on what the Indeedee set is, right? So my Infernape's going to get a Focus Punch off. Now, this really surprised me. It's actually a very, very bulky Indeedee. Like, really, really bulky indeed. So it's going to eat a berry there, which was a citrus berry. Now I'm going to go for Thunder Punch. I thought I may as well do that. Since I don't have the, since I didn't have the support of the terrain, it actually lived and got a Psychic. I was like, wow. It's like a super, super tanky Indeedee. So I managed to live that one. I couldn't go for Mach Punch due to the Psychic terrain blocking priority, but I still managed to finish it off. So that was definitely defensive. Definitely defensive. So this is actually pretty interesting. So we've got a Farigiraffe here. It's got an ability to block priority, and the Psychic terrain's also up. So I was not getting a priority move off today. So Rocky Helmet's going to be its item, and that's going to be an of the Inferno. But how about that Focus Punch on Miraidon? That was fire. So we're going to go on to the next Pokemon. It's going to be Charizard. So Charizard's physical. I don't expect much here. I thought, I could go for Dragon Dance, but I'm probably going to miss, so let's go for Dragon Rush. It does okay damage. Pharaoh Giraffe is going to go for a Psychic here, and with the special attack of that Pokemon, and that actually crits me too. Holy smokes, this thing's got a lot of special attack. So that's the end of Charizard. Next Pokemon I thought I could bring in here could be Delphox, because at least I'll resist those Psychic moves, and I should be able to finish it off. So I'm going to cook that Giraffe there with a Flamethrower, and that is the end of that. We've got one more Pokeball left here. Now, the last Pokemon left on the team is going to be Archuleta. We got one big old stapler. Did anyone have a stapler like this in school? You know, those like little ones with like, it looked like a little shark, and you could grab like the top and bottom and pretend it was like a shark in like, I don't know, when you were 5 years old. So anyway, I'm going to hit by the Draco Meteor. It's going to drop its special attack. I'm going to cook it with Flamethrower. It's just not quite enough to take it out, and it's going to get a couple of stamina boosts. So I'm going to have to swap in a special Pokemon to finish it off. And I've got Emboar ready and waiting. This thing has already done 2 Draco Meteors, so unless I get even a crit like with Assault Vest. So I actually decided to go into Blaziken. I thought, let's go for a Focus Miss. So it actually landed this time, and that is going to be the end of the stapler in a million pieces. And that's also the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, people. If you did, drop a like on there. Drop me a comment. What's your favorite Final Evolution Fire Starter? And I'll catch you next time. Peace out.